Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.
With the essence of the Christmas holiday spirit still swirling around us and New Year's dead ahead, our attention has focused now on the continuing cycle of December basketball tournaments, and Access Sacramento has a doozy for you here. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week, a doubleheader coming up, starting off with the Kennedy Cougars taking on the Inderkum Tigers. Good evening and welcome to the Lancers Den here on the campus of Cordova High School with Lauren Goodman. I'm Will James. We're very happy to have you with us for tonight's doubleheader, and we've got two ball clubs that are playing very well right now, Goody. Second-year coach Stevens of Kennedy has his team up, and second-year coach Wilson of Inderkum, they've won 6 straight after dropping their first 3. So anybody's game tonight.
Yeah, these two-year guys have really came in, really trying to establish themselves coming in year 2, and they're really mixing up things. So we're going to have an interesting ball game on our hands tonight.
Well, they got to this round by being victorious in their opening round. And we'll take a look at the graphic here that explains exactly how they did that. And for Kennedy, it was a much tougher test.
Yes, Kennedy had a battle with Deer Valley, but it was a really good game. Some clutch plays down the stretch, was able to secure that victory. And then Inderkum had a clear sweep. I know Coach talked to me about probably playing better and minimizing the turnovers, but clean victory over Center.
So here they are matched up in a quarterfinal round game. That's where we are here in the 44th annual Cordova Christmas Classic. The impact players will have to bear a heavy burden in tonight's action to advance to the semifinals. And let's take a look at the players that figure to fill those roles.
Oh, yeah, these two teams have a plethora of players that can go, but for the Kennedy Cougars, they have Isaiah Gray. He's an explosive guard, really can go to the rim and change some things up. But Jaden Tingen, I think he's the X factor for the Cougars. He just plays so solid and so steady as a young sophomore guard. And then Sean Macy coming in, doing everything that he can from the wing position.
Well, the Tigers leaders, they'll have to counter that, and they had an easy go of it, as you mentioned, in their opening round game. But I think tonight's matchup, Goody, is going to be a much stiffer test for both squads, and we'll see how the coaches move the chess pieces tonight.
Yeah, these two teams really trying to fill things out as the start of the year comes, but it's tournament season and it's playtime.
It sure is. Nice to have you with us for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. We're playing 2 tonight, so stay with us. We'll be right back and take a look at the starters and brace for the opening tip-off when we return.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearing side effects of cancer treatment through our workshops. Visit lookgoodfeelbetter.org to find a free workshop near you. Let Look Good, Feel Better help you feel like you again.
Welcome to the big show. We're at Cordova High School this evening for quarterfinal round action of the 44th annual Cordova Christmas Classic. With Lauren Goodman, I'm Will James, and in our opener tonight, the Kennedy Cougars facing the Inderkum Tigers. Kennedy coming in at 7-6 overall, 1-1 in Metro League play. Inderkum at 6-2 and have not yet begun their CVC league schedule. Nathan Stevens, in his second year guiding the Cougars, has done a remarkable job bringing them back up to par. There you see part of their bench, having succeeded longtime coach Robert Fong. And Fred Wilson in his second year with Inderkum, but Lauren, he made his greatest strides with West Campus.
Yeah, he did, and that was a big reason why Inderkum wanted him to come over to establish himself. Again, it's just second year, so they're trying to get things wrinkled out and really clear, but I think both programs have good heads on their shoulders, and they're really trying to build something at each school.
Well, let's take a look at our officials that are going to keep things fair and square tonight here, calling action and monitoring play. We've got a pair of them assigned by the NCOA, John Reel and Robert Lamotte, wearing the stripes this evening. And on the floor, we'll filter in our starting lineups. Inderkum in their home whites, trimmed in gold. Kennedy visiting forest green, trimmed in gold. Kennedy with first possession. There's the starting five for the Cougars. First possession, and it's a turnover. And opening for Fred Wilson's ball club, here are your Tiger starters. Rutherford, the transfer from Jesuit, cracking that starting five for Inderkum.
Well, I like both teams came out in a man-to-man matchup. I like it. Let's go mano-a-mano.
A drive and a miss and a defensive board, one and done. Up the floor, Tangen, he is quite a sophomore. Down!
And there he goes right there.
Jaden Tangen on the board with his first shot. And there's a block. And here's Tangen with the loose ball, pushing hard. Pull-up jumper on the way and miss there. And another turnover. Down! How about that for starters? Time out, Inderkum. And I think Fred Wilson might be wanting to say something like, someone get on him now.
Too easy. 2 buckets back-to-back. You got to know where scorers are and shooters are. That's very bad defense by the Inderkum Tigers, and you see Coach right now getting on theirs because can't allow a shooter. I know he was definitely in the conversation if you watched him play last night, so there's no way he gets 2 open shots like that in the first 2 minutes.
Yes, I'm quite sure. A little verbal reprimand there. Maybe something along the lines of how many does he have to hit before you close on him. Let's take a look at Tangen. Here's the first one, just about straight away. And then after the turnover, back-to-back.
Really good find. Way to find him in the corner, get the high hand of the ball. Nathan Stevens really talking about his team wanted to play more disciplined than they played last night. Really wanted to narrow in and minimize those turnovers and take care of the basketball. That's a great start for his team to get his best player 2 easy threes.
So 6-0, early shock treatment applied by the Cougars. A pair of 3 balls gunned home by Jaden Tengen. So here come the Tigers up the floor, trying to get on the board. We've played about a minute and a half here in this first of 2 quarterfinal round games we're going to bring you tonight. That's Griffin on the point, number 1. Feed low, a block but a foul called on Malik Jackson. So to the stripe is Xavier Cates. He'll shoot a pair up there, trying to chip away at a 6-point deficit. No good on number 1. We've had a lively crowd in here since early on when Yuba City gave Burbank all it could handle.
Oh, this tournament has lived up to the hype for 44 years, and this year is no short of the expectation.
6-1, Kennedy on top. Jackson, a kick out to Tengen, who's played tough now. Down low, bank missed, tapped out by Massey, but it's taken on the run. Tigers transition, blocked clean. What an effort there by Doré. There's Doré taken strong, misses the layup, and a hard collision and a foul. Well, they're going to clip Rutherford, and Doré trying to see if he's all there, putting it back together.
That was a pretty late call on that one.
Miss on number 1. Let's take another look at that drive.
I like the push and transition.
Brutal. Number 2, and he misses both. Kept alive. Massey follow down. 8-1. No block out by the Tigers.
And the Cougars came out with the energy that they needed. Something different than what we saw last night.
Runner short. All the Cougars on the board. Doré yanks it.
And you'll see a lot of patience and execution from the Cougars. They like to get in their half-court sets, find a big man inside like they just did.
Jackson, easy money. Nice dish from inside. 10-1. Griffin fires away and has a 3-ball. Maybe that'll get them off the schneid. 10-4. Doré cut off on the baseline there. Gray now.
And the defense has picked up for the Tigers for sure.
Jackson maneuvering between 2 players, has it blocked. Taken on the run, it's Tiger transition. Reverse layup, no. Jackson back for the defensive glass on the miss by Rutherford. Doré down. 13-4. Substitution Tigers. We've played 4 minutes. Up for a J on the way, in and out. A miss that time, and Massey's follow draws a foul.
That was a good offensive rebound. He just crashes the boards very hard, keeps the ball high, makes it very difficult for defenders to guard him.
Claxton called for the foul, number 10. So Sean Massey at the stripe, and the 6'6" sophomore drops number 1. So far, Kennedy has beaten the Tigers to every loose ball and been more aggressive.
They picked their effort up. Like I said, I talked to Coach Stevens prior to the game. He really talked about their effort and their energy, being able to bring it more than they brought it last night, and they've really stepped up to that challenge this first quarter.
14-4, largest lead. There's a shove off, no call, loose ball tie up, and a little scrap there involving Doré of Kennedy and a highly disgruntled Brandon Rutherford, who sits down.
Trying to force. I think coach is going to just get him out so he can settle down really quick. He's a scoring problem once he gets going. So if he gets his mind good, settle in, now he's seen the defense for a couple minutes, then he'll be able to respond.
And Delicio into the ball game. He'll inbound, number 11 for the Tigers. A fumble there by Cates. He and Griffin play catch. Now a straightaway Jay pops out. Whistle on the rebounding effort. And Claxton's going to get burned again for a foul. 2 of them in about 30 seconds.
They didn't need that. He's going to sub probably.
He's coming out, just as you say, into the ball game. J.J. Ray, you probably recognize that name because of his excellence on the football field at the quarterback position. Tangen doubled and has to get rid of it. Drive it strong. Boom! A slam by Gray right through the defense. Wow. Offensive foul on Griffin. Here's another look.
Baseline drive by Gray. Nobody cuts him off, and then he has the ability to do that and just turns it over and slams it nicely.
He sure did. Timeout on the floor, taken by Inderkum. It comes at the 3:15 mark, and the Kennedy lead has swelled to its largest at 16-4.
Well, you see a very organized and focused Kennedy Cougars right now, and on the other side, same thing, everybody locked in for the Tigers. It's going to be important that Coach Wilson can get his team to kind of settle down and get some offense. The Cougars defense has been pretty top-notch, holding the team to 4 points, shows something about your defensive effort. Also on the other side, they have to be aware of their assignments, giving up easy dunks like that, giving up easy wide open shots. He's going to talk to them about their effort right now. They have to come with more effort to match the Cougars' discipline that they've had so far in the first half.
Well said, Goody. Had they scouted last night's game, which I believe Coach Wilson did, they would have seen that intensity out of Kennedy, because that's how they were able to stay close and then handle a good Deer Valley ball club.
Yeah, they showed a lot of resilience. It was a battle back and forth against Deer Valley for sure. Cougars coming out shooting, which they want to do all the time, is get that ball up in the air, knock down shots, and they've been able to do that. Can the Inderkum Tigers respond? That's going to be key after this timeout.
It is. They're just not only getting blasted on the scoreboard, but they picked up 4 fouls here in about 5 minutes of play. So Jackson will inbound. Tigers showing a little extended token pressure here. Jackson to Tengen. Up the floor, broken up, out of bounds, and they're going to call it a Kennedy turnover. Last touched along the sideline. So turnover number 2 on Kennedy, both clubs with 2. Drive it down the slot, layup, good.
Good read on that high post. Way to take advantage of some good defense.
Griffin has 5 of their 6. And another forced turnover on the pressure. So, good call for Coach Wilson.
And that's what the press is. He has such a long team that is just to delay and disrupt, and make you force your own turnovers.
Griffin defended by Chris White. Now Tangen's got him. Here's the cutter, layup, missed, follow, blocked, and grabbed by Jackson, but we got a rebounding foul against the Cougars.
Boxing out. Just box out.
Gabe Marble called for the foul, just a second on Kennedy.
Kennedy's been very disciplined. Surprisingly, only 2 fouls right now because Inderkum wants to drive. They want to attack and get to the basket. They've been kind of just keeping them at bay so far.
The free throw bounds out. 2:21 left in a rapidly played first quarter. 16-6, Kennedy by 10. They've jumped to the lead and held it impressively thus far. 1 out of 2. A turnover against Isaiah Gray and the Cougars, and they have melted down with 3 turnovers in the last minute or so. A strip away, but the loose ball picked up. Offensive rebound, missed. Tough rebounding by Malik Jackson. Up the floor to Gray, push it hard. Jay on the way, down! Isaiah Gray.
He wanted that one back from the offensive foul that was just called.
Yes, he did. Griffin banks it home with the left. High off the glass. He's been their glue so far, 7 of their 9.
Yeah, he's been impressive. I was just about to say that. Griffin's come out really explosive, doing what he wants to do, finding, weaving into the middle of the gaps, but he's come out big. But in the last few possessions, they've forced 5 turnovers, which is now why you see the game a little bit closer.
Deep J, air ball short, little graze on that, but the putback missed at point blank range by Ray.
And something right now with the Cougars, they've been a little bit too patient. They're taking their time. Good payoff there to the foul. But that little bit of delay of waiting for the setup is allowing the Cougars to kind of get in some difficult passes, which has forced those last 5 turnovers.
So Rutherford picks up his second foul, and it'll place Gabe Marble at the stripe with 1:22 left in the first, and he misses badly on number 1. Let's take a look at that previous play, and there's Rutherford twice now.
Trying to block a shot. And the hang time is where it's caught him. The hang, the double pump. Got to just go straight up instead of trying to swat it out of this world.
Number 2 missed them both. Okay, little transition here. Down! Griffin is wearing it out. And that could have been a 4-point opportunity, but no call. 18-12, a minute to go here in the first. Intensity picking up. The runner pops out, but they reload. The runner missed. Jackson tough on the glass, keeps it alive, and they reload. Double in the corner, broken up, out of bounds to the Cougars. Heavy pressure.
The Tigers have made some subs here and put some speedy guys in here or are going to trap it all over. These 2 or 3 subs that they've made has definitely made them pick up the intensity on defense, and they're all over.
Meanwhile, Kyrie Griffin has 10 of Inderkum's 12. Jackson feed low, deflected away, last touched by Smith. Out of bounds, turnover number 6.
Nice thought. Got to go up and shoot, though. I like the extra pass. I like the rotation that they got right there, but you got to think score instead of pass.
35 seconds to go here in the first. The deficit has been trimmed to half a dozen. Griffin. Good pressure there on the perimeter. Still 13 on the shot clock. Who wants it? 9 seconds, they've got a chance. Here they come. Here's the corner pass. Dore, down!
Bad defense on that last possession. Closeout under control.
We played one. Stick around. We're coming back with a whole lot more of this hot basketball here at the 44th Annual Cordova Christmas Classic.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearance side effects of cancer treatment through our workshops. Visit lookgoodfeelbetter.org to find a free workshop near you. Let Look Good, Feel Better help you feel like you again.
Special K, Kyrie Griffin has kept the Inderkum Tigers in the ballgame with a first quarter flurry of 10 points, including a pair of 3 balls to help them climb back from what was a 12-point deficit. However, that 3 ball at the buzzer by Doré stretched it back out for Kennedy. Malik Jackson, tough, undersized, rebounding forward, drops a short J straight away.
Jackson had a big game last year when we did this tournament. He's playing big again today. You got to stay out of foul trouble, but that was a good move.
Griffin, not this time. Little off center there. Halliburton sends it forward. Blocked out of bounds on that play. So an improper check-in at the timetable, that could have been called a technical foul. You just don't wander out onto the court until you're invited.
Little wondery eyes, but Rutherford's coming back in. He's going to have to get something going right now. He's been shut out, 2 fouls. If he gets his next one, this is the 3rd, so this is a tough call for Wilson.
Jackson misses this time. 1 and done, shove it ahead. A runner on the way. Look at Jackson, boy. Tough on the glass after that miss. A double. He was out of bounds, so Kennedy will keep the basketball. Good officiating right there. He was right on that. So Gray checks back in along with Massey for the Cougars. On the floor for Inderkum, Lozano Melton, number 4. A little mismatch with Doré over here.
Talking on defense, we'll see what happens.
Soft little runner, comes out long. Lozado saves it, but it goes directly to Gray. He pushes now, full speed. A miss, but a foul. Two shots upcoming.
And he's driving so much more assertive tonight than he was yesterday. A little indecisive on how he wanted to attack. Got the slam, going to the basket hard. That's what they need a lot of. He has a lot of potential. Had some injuries early, but now that he's bounced back, he's been really good for the team.
Let's take another look at the play. You can see Gray coming full blast, took that swipe across the chest. Substitution for the Tigers. Presley, number 5, checks in. His first appearance. We're early here in the second quarter. A pair of misses at the foul line for Gray. That's been the weak spot so far for Kennedy, free throwing.
And you see him 1 foot on that perimeter, really trying to make him stay out and potentially shoot.
Miss from deep range by Lozado. Nice rebounding by Doré, who got pushed right there. That's going to be a foul on Presley, right in front of everybody.
And that was an easy call for the ref. No need to foul right there.
Or dispute the call. So Doré. Okay, so that was team foul number 7. So instead of an inbound, Kennedy will have an opportunity from the foul line in the person of Carson Doré. He missed 2 free throws in the first quarter, but then hit a couple of 3 balls to atone, and we'll see. It's good on number 1. Up to that point, they were only 1 for 8. That lead could have been much larger. Back rim, no. Look at that rebound. Massey, a miss on the putback. Doré comes up with it. Gray, tough pass to handle there for Tengen. Time out Kennedy.
Too much offense in the corner. They got to get out of that corner. That's what Inderkum wants, and they're going right into the dead zones of any type of press or trap. So they got to stay away from those corners.
We're going to keep it right here. Now in this position, he's down 12. Fred Wilson and the Tigers. It's been a one-man attack that has given him 10 of their 12.
Well, keys to the game, minimize the turnovers. If you can take care of the basketball, it's going to be very, very important. The Inderkum Tigers were kind of doing some of that, but we see things have changed. And then other transition defense. Get back in defense. The Tigers want to push. So does Kennedy. So the team that plays the best transition defense and gets stops is going to be important. And then half-court execution, something Kennedy is really good at. The Inderkum Tigers have been struggling thus far.
6:05, early second, 12-point lead for Kennedy. They've led from the outset. Dore to Jackson, a miss on a block there. Nice D. Transition the other way, and they get the fast break bucket, courtesy of Washington. 24-14, the lead trimmed to 10. Extended pressure, another turnover. Down the slot, the runner, and it's a charge.
That kid's super tough. He's willing to do anything for the team. Jackson, again, finding a way. You see Coach Wilson on the other side trying to talk to his team just to convince them to either do something different instead of beating themselves and make a better decision right there.
Kennedy by 10 as we draw a bit closer to midway second. Leading by 10 despite committing 7 turnovers. 3 ball shooting, largely responsible for that. Tengen helped get them off to a running start with back-to-back threes in the first minute. Gray, Tigers trying to get some continuity going. Another charge!
And everybody in the gym is kind of looking at each other on that one, but I think that was a good defensive possession. Sacrificed his body, and here it is here. Oh, great positioning. Sacrificed himself, took that one because that was a train coming downhill.
Dore taking the charge, increasing foul trouble, 9 of them on Inderkum here, still with 5 minutes to go in the half. Tengen. Inside, little long for Massey to turnover. So they'll play it from out of bounds. There you see head coach Nathan Stevens doing a nice job in his second year. Griffin feeds low, beautifully done right there. Give the bucket to Xavier Cates.
That was a sweet find. Good finish with the other hand. And here it is again, the drive kick. Ooh, no luck. Reverse and one. That's sweet.
Well, he missed the free throw. 24-16, closest the Tigers have been in a while, under double digits. Massey, a poor pass. Blocked clean, but they're going to call it for a foul on the arm. Coach Stevens feels that Massey's really got an excellent upside. He hardly played at all last year as a freshman and getting big minutes now, even as a starter. So,
yeah, I got an opportunity to see this team during football season when they were doing some of their fall workouts, and they looked really good and put together. And Massey's been a key part of being in the gym and really working on his game. So Coach Stevens is working on some stuff, just second year. So I know the Kennedy Cougars might be right on the top of things in that metro.
Wouldn't surprise me. 1 out of 2 at the stripe for Claxton, 24-17. Inderkum inching back. Another deflection and near turnover. Feed low, Gray. A wild pass, another turnover. And a foul on the drive by Griffin. Tengen committed the foul. Non-shooting, 16 foul.
And hopefully Jackson will get going again. He started it early in the first. They're going to need some other offense.
Nice job by Claxton on that high arching shot to get over a nice defensive effort. 24-19, stripped away and stolen. And a fast break layup cashed in off the turnover. Well done again, Xavier Cates. 24-21. Turnovers killing Kennedy. There's another one. That's 12 turnovers on the Kennedy Cougars here. In about a quarter and a half. A new ball game. In the paint and a held ball tie-up. Nice job. Dore is a very scrappy defender.
Yeah, he's playing all over the floor, and you see Coach Wilson getting in the out-of-bounds play right now. They're right back in this ball game playing. Defense has been key. The Cougars now need to respond. Inderkum has responded since that timeout, been very active and present in the ball game. What are the Cougars going to have to bring now?
Griffin, drive on Jackson, miss. Jackson tipped it, but recovered by the Tigers. They reload, jump shot, no, tip in, no. Nice rebounding effort there. Blocked out by Jackson.
There was a lot of time in that key. I know he had resets on the jumps, but I don't think they got out of the key one time. And you see Coach Stevens trying to talk to his crew about the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
There was some campouts in the key there.
They were living in the key. Interception on the inbound. Dore again coming up big. Jackson, lots of physical bumping going on out there, and they're letting them play.
Oh, this is what you want. Christmas time classic. They're letting them play, and it's two good teams really battling it out.
There was a very intense game earlier in the day. Yuba City taking Burbank to the wire, and this one showing the same signs of being tough right down to the wire. Tengen, a miss. One and done. 2:35 to go, late second. 3-point cushion for Kennedy. Once with a 12-point lead. Well done. The bucket cashed by Cates, his third hoop of this quarter.
Cates is playing big now. He's woken up for sure. They're bringing everything he can for the Tigers.
Well, the Cougars have not handled the pressure. Let's take a spin here on the replay dial.
And it's all about the weak side help. No weak side help, allowing the high post to dive down and get an easy layup.
Great. Tough luck as the layup wobbles out, but he steals it, keeps it alive, and draws a foul.
Good heads-up play. He got to make the layup, though, but good heads-up play to not make a foul, come back and get a tip back and get the game. Here it is. The missed layup. Got to take that contact. Don't look for fouls. You're a senior. Let's step up. A way to get back in the game and not cry about it and make a play for your team and get to the free throw line.
So he's up there at the stripe, and he drops number one after having early difficulty missing a pair earlier in this quarter. Good touch on number two.
And I like it. Way to step up, make your free throws, get in the ball game. Got to be a big piece. This team is very young, but with him and Jackson, their leadership is going to be crucial as those lone seniors.
26-23, a breakup Gray's after it, and he's got it on the Inderkum turnover. A wild shot, ill-advised on that runner. Griffin feeds inside, and Cates is clobbered. Halliburton called for the foul. No good on number 1. So Cates trying to break even at the stripe and cannot, misses a pair.
Those were big free throws.
Continued full court pressure. Doré, though, to Jackson. They bust it. Minute and a half left here, late in the second. Jackson, nice kick out. Here comes Doré. Feed low and a Jackson layup.
Good play, good chemistry by the Cougar guards.
Doré is a very cagey Cougar. Deep J, pops out. Fight for the rebound. Doré grabs it, but he's called for stepping on the line. Carson Doré, impressive. 6'1" junior, lefty. Foul on Jackson as he got the block, but he's called for the foul. I've got him for 2. Less than a minute to go here in the half. Nathan Stevens up off that Cougar bench talking to Doré.
And Cates' leaping ability has been impressive. Even though he misses that first free throw, he's been really jumping out of the gym to grab every single rebound, which is some of the difficulty that Jackson's having. He's not boxing them out either. So when you have leaping ability like Cates, it makes it very hard to stop.
Another missed pair. A lot of points being left at the foul line. Gray on a blow-by down the slot and a kickoff. Corner jumpers down. Buried beautifully that time by Halliburton. A big-time 3 right there. 30 seconds to go in the half. Back to an 8-point lead for the Cougars. In the paint, power shot is good, and a whistle and a foul on an impressive bucket that time by Washington.
Way to attack Jackson. He picks up his 3rd foul. I know Coach Stevens is frustrated on that one. I did not see the contact. Or the reach over is what they called. They said he reached over, but nice, strong physical play by Washington.
Lane violation and no free throw. Oh my
Wow.
goodness. 20 seconds to go. Extended pressure still shown by the Tigers. Up the sideline to Gray, and he just demolishes the defender.
Makeup call?
I suppose. A lot of things could have been done differently on that possession.
Probably would have tried to hold for the last possession if it was me. But Coach Wilson right now trying to get his team going. Only one shot. Got to have the scores.
Unforced. Turnover number 7 on Inderkum, but Kennedy has twice that many. Into the ball game for his first appearance, coming at just 5 seconds, is Dwayne Butler. Doré. Tengen down! Wow! At the buzzer. That was superlative, giving him 8 points for the half. And we're going to hold it right here as Lauren will be chatting with Inderkum head coach Fred Wilson, whose ball club had pulled within, had pulled within 3 a couple of times, but now it's back to an 8-point cushion. Okay, let's turn our attention over to Lauren Goodman and Coach Wilson. Goody?
Well, I'm here with Coach Wilson. Coach, your team coming out really strong on the defensive end, able to force 12 turnovers. How are you going to get that defense to turn into some points?
Yeah, we got to take care of the ball. So when we get an opportunity to get a stop, we got to turn it into points by attacking the basket and running our stuff. Seemed like our guys came out a little nervous. We got some young guys out here, so I think our senior Kyrie Griffin kind of kept us composed a little bit. And so we picked up in the second quarter, so I'm pretty pleased about that.
I know you're probably frustrated with how they're playing right now, wanting to get into playing your style of basketball. What's the conversation like when you go in and talk to your team right now?
Settle down, stick with what's been working, what's been successful for us, and just play better together. You know, I think we did a couple passes that didn't go in our favor, took a couple shots that didn't go in our favor, and then we still got a couple guys just watching, and we need everybody to be active 110%.
Awesome, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Will.
Thank you, Goody. Well, certainly no signs of strain or panic by any means at all. Coach Wilson has been through thick and thin, all the way to section championships with West Campus, and of course he feels he can right the ship and get them back in a groove. We'll be right back for more of Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. Stay with us.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls, second.
Are you orange?
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back. We're at Cordova High School tonight for quarterfinal round action of the 44th annual Cordova Christmas Classic with Lauren Goodman. I'm Will James, and there you see the halftime score. Kennedy has led from the outset. Inderkum pulled within 3 on a couple of occasions, but it stretched back out, so they're going to have to fight the uphill battle in the second half. But as I understand it, Goody, we have some rankings to discuss.
Yeah, it's been a big week in basketball. Obviously a lot of tournaments, but we've narrowed it down, and I think this is going to be at least the top 15 for the next couple of weeks until we come back from the new year. And there it is there. You got Sheldon at 1, Jesuit at 2, Franklin pulling off some big wins last week at 3. Capital, still really young, talented team, went down to Vegas and won some games. Davis, undefeated now at 9-0. Really, really good ball club Coach Gonzalez has over there. Monterey beating Grant, who played earlier in today's matchup. Really good team. They got a freshman over there who's tremendous. Grant still in the pushing. They have some duos, Folsom, Christian Brothers, and coming in at number 10, Burbank.
Burbank got a little scare tonight from a tough Yuba City ball club that gave them a lot of honkers.
Yeah, and it explains a lot of teams being tested, but close, not but behind. Rockland, Elk Grove, Consumnes Oaks, Oak Ridge, and then still in that 10th spot, Inderkum, because they've been idle for so long, and then they've also getting their most competition this week. So some things may change after this weekend.
Well, look who we have there. I believe I recognize a couple of coaches, longtime coaches in the area. To the left, Derek Swafford, formerly of Sac High and now of
Fortune Schools.
Fortune High. And to the right, Mr. Lindsey Farrell of the Burbank Titans, who we just mentioned, had a little scare from a tough Yuba City ball club, but Lindsey's Titans will advance to semifinal round action tomorrow here at Cordova High School. Good, lively, raucous crowd here. We've had some good ball games in the main gym here, and they're also going full blast over in the new auxiliary gym.
Yeah, Coach Fletcher Johnson has really put an amazing tournament together. We've just been talking about the cream of the crop always played in this tournament, and that's something we really want to support and get back to. The big dogs playing the big dogs. Everybody can travel and go out and play places, but I think Sacramento has enough talent to hold their own. And if we all play in tournaments like this, our talent will be on display.
Well, I agree with that assessment. This tournament, its popularity and the attraction of it, not just to the fans, but to other schools that want to get in on this, we highly recommend.
Yes.
The desire to do so. This is a quality tournament that Fletcher Johnson has organized. Now 16 teams in 2 different gyms, 4 days of basketball. What a deal.
Yeah, it's been awesome, and anybody's really here. You see a lot of coaches networking, and people that are not playing right now are coming to watch out and support other coaches. So it's really, really good environment. And then what else? It's the holiday season. Get to see your basketball family. It's just a really, really good tournament, and they've put in a lot of effort. The people behind the scenes and the people that support Coach Fletcher and all the staff that's been here just working together to get something like this going on. People don't really know how much work it takes behind the scenes to put on such a great display, but the Cordova Lancers and Coach Fletcher is doing a really good job, and everybody that I've spoke to as far as coaches, they've just spoke really highly of this tournament, and it shows for itself. 44 years, I mean, not a lot of tournaments make it that long.
You know, I was looking at part of this excellent program that they have.
Yeah.
We were out to scout a ball game in Roseville the other night to see Wood Creek and tough competition from their opponent that night. And lo and behold, I see here on the Cordova Classic 44 years of champions and MVPs, lo and behold, from South Tahoe High in 1983, current Wood Creek and former state champion Foothill High coach Drew Hibbs, at 1983 MVP. This game has taken some drastic turns. Well, let's take a look by the numbers. Our chief statistician, Dave Larson, has compiled them for us.
Well, you see, easy. Inderkum's got more layups, so that's why they're winning the percentage well. Free throws are going towards Inderkum as well. Kennedy's missed a ton of free throws in that game. I mean, 4 for 12 in that last quarter, 3 for 11. So it's a lot of missed free throws that have been left out there. But you see a big piece that's giving the Cougars an edge right now is you see 5 for 6 from the three-point line. Those 5 threes are the big difference in the score right now.
Boy, they sure are, and they started early on, and it was Tangen hitting 2 of them early to jump out 6-0.
Yeah.
And they led the entire first half. Now Inderkum did push and get within 26-23, and on another occasion 24-21, but then it stretched back out, and they got a key 3-ball, then a bucket inside at the buzzer.
And I'll say timely free throws. They didn't shoot well free throws, but in that end stretch when they were trying to push, they got a couple makes from Gray and a few 1-and-1s, but both teams are going to have to take time, and Kennedy loves to execute, which is kind of hindering them right now. They're taking too long to beat the press, which is playing to the advantage of the Cougars, and hopefully Coach Nathan Stevens talked to his team about maybe pushing it up a little bit, then getting in the half court and setting it up. Inderkum is going to have to find more scores. Cates came in big. They've had Green come in big in the first. They're going to have a balanced attack of who can score for them because they're playing tremendous defense. Are they going to be able to put the ball in the basket?
It's difficult to believe that Kennedy has committed 13 turnovers and they're shooting 4 for 12 from the foul line, but they're up 33-25. A drive and an underhand scoop bucket for Isaiah Gray, and one.
That's like his go-to move. He has that scoop ability under, but change of speeds to the right, scoop, round around, layup, gets the contact and the and one.
So he's in for 8 points, including a nasty slam back in the first quarter. Up there trying to complete a 3-point play. And cannot. Nice rebounding by Massey. Tangen in and out. Claxton almost had it picked. Jay on the way, back rim, no follow on the miss by Rutherford.
Rutherford not able to get it going thus far, still blanked.
Inside, sweetly done for Jackson from Gray.
Nice pass, led to some nice offense.
Boy, he snuck those in, didn't he?
And I think the Cougars are surprising a lot of people why a lot of people are still here. Even though Inderkum is a little bit longer and a little bit bigger than Kennedy, they came out and played really, really hard. And I think that's something that they really wanted to do different from last night.
Well, Inderkum takes a 30-second timeout here early here in the third quarter after being outscored 4-0. And Coach Wilson and the Tigers can ill afford to fall back into a double-digit deficit here.
Both teams are in a crucial moment right now. Can the Cougars be focused enough to take the game and really be in the driver's seat and in control? There's so much time left on the clock, so the Tigers have enough time to get back in this ball game, but they cannot sit and let it watch and sink away for so long. They may not have enough time to get back in the game.
Far side inbound comes from Tangen at midcourt, getting body checked and arm checked all the way down the floor, and a layup off the offside, kissed home sweet Isaiah Gray. They got played on that one.
Execution from the Cougars.
Jump shot drained beautifully.
And that's what he needed to see happen. He needed to see the ball go in the rim. Now he's going to have a tough matchup right here with Dungeon. He cannot get in foul trouble whatsoever.
Turnover, Kennedy, send it ahead. Cougar transition, layup good. Now Cates, as you said, has been a spark for them. Miss on the J by Gray. A little bump and run up the floor. And a foul on Gray.
Anytime you reach in like that, young players, you're going to get a foul call. It's a no-brainer. Jackson's driving too hard to the basket. You reach in off your man from somebody else. They're going to call that foul.
Rutherford left open, fires again, and not this time. Follow-up missed at point blank by Claxton. Rebound scuffle, and Inderkum roughs their way into a possession. Turnover number 15 by the Cougars. Both benches nervous, looking on. Rutherford fires it inside and kicked back out. Down. Well, Cates continues to produce. Cates, number 15, with that hoop. Doré, a miss on the run. Rebound taken. Rutherford sends it ahead. Incomplete pass.
And I know Rutherford, we saw him at Jesuit before, and now he's at Inderkum. He needs to go to that football field. He is a tree trunk up and down, and we just saw in that throw. He might have a little extra in him, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're not trying to get him out on that football field next year.
39-31. Kennedy by 8. High post to Massey. Gray now. Elbow J. Good rebounding position by a couple of the Tigers. Stop and go, feed it low, Nice scrap there, kept alive beautifully by Cates. Nice drive right there, Claxton. 39-33, same pattern as the first half. Big lead early for Kennedy, and then Inderkum slowly coming back. Travel and a turnover on Gray. We're nearing midway third. Nice to have you with us if you just joined in. We're at the 44th annual Cordova Christmas Classic, and this game is heating up. Inderkum in white, Kennedy in green, and a turnover on Griffin and the Tigers.
Some very interesting travel calls.
That's a nice way to say that. Doré badgered by Griffin. There's the double, and Cates bats it out of bounds. Tangen to Doré. They play catch, break the press. Bump and run. Tangen is short on that one. Here's Griffin now up the floor. It's scattered. Rutherford. On the run. Take it strong all the way. A miss. Look at Jackson. Can't quite rip it away. Here comes Griffin and the Tigers. Claxton has his shot blocked out of bounds.
Yeah, he didn't need the double pump. A little bit too much double pump and a little wraparound sauce. Just go ahead and get a right-hand layup on that one. I know he probably wishes he has that one back.
The wraparound sauce. Okay. Rutherford.
And I'm going to be honest with you, Will, right now. I want to see him at the high post and take advantage inside. He hasn't been successful around the key. He only has one jump shot so far. They're killing Kennedy in the inside. Just put him inside and see if we can take advantage of a mismatch.
Near turnover. Doré a salvage. Tangen down.
Form never changes.
3 threes for 9. Correction, 3 threes and a deuce for 11. 42-33, back to a 9-point spread. Deep J down! Griffin another 3-ball. His first points since the first quarter, all here with a 3. Runner missed. Jackson cleans it up. (44-36). Loose ball on the floor.
kickball. So we got a reset and a couple subs. But this is why Jackson is so good. Tingen taking advantage of them guarding him on the three-point line, and then Jackson just follows up and gets the rebound. Good offense for the Cougars. Not a set play, but that's what they need, extra opportunities.
Open daylight shooting, dropped beautifully on that shot by Gabe Marble.
And that's a coach told you to shoot it, and he knocks it down for three.
Third quarter slipping away. Rutherford fouled inside.
There we go. I like the diagonal dive away from the ball. Got him in the low post. He has a mismatch. We need to see a little bit more of that, where he can take advantage of getting little chippers, little bunnies, and maybe that'll warm the shot up. We know he can shoot, but right now he has to take advantage of his mismatch and get to the basket.
Rutherford down.
Right
Deep
on
three.
time.
Cougars break the pressure, and a bobble out of bounds by Gabe Marble. So Rutherford starting to click here a little bit in the second half.
And that's when he's deadly. I mean, both of his shots came from the top of the key. That's where he's most comfortable. And he can shoot for sure.
Less than 2 minutes remaining. Rutherford again, not this time. Basketball to Kennedy here with 1:49 to go in the third.
That would have been a perfect opportunity for him to drive to the basket right there. I see Inderkum comes out in the extended pressure, trying to just rattle.
Gray kicks it. Tangen down.
Feet set, he's knocked down.
3-ball derby, 50-39.
Now we're seeing a little extended pressure from the Cougars, kind of rattling the Tigers a little bit and at least stalling them.
Tap away, but a foul on a reach. Chris White.
And those are the plays you hate. Coach Stevens trying to control himself right now. Playing solid defense for almost 20 seconds. You can't be that undisciplined where you reach in on there. I know the effort was there and the intention was in a good place, but got to be solid. Probably want that possession back.
Rutherford drops another 3-ball, so he's definitely coming on strong here. 50-42. But every time they look up, it's an 8-point lead for Kennedy. Jackson, right down Broadway. Kennedy calls a timeout. Let's see if they're going to give him a full. They may.
I think it's a 30.
It's a 30. Okay, we got some highlights for you here.
Little jab, give him the space he needs, knock down. That's what he wants to do. I told you he can shoot out of this world, but here we go. Jackson bringing him right back. Let me get a bucket on you, sir. And an easy lay.
That was virtually undefended.
Virtually. But that's what you get when you're trying to take charges. You get the lack of defense on the other end with the heads in the air.
.46 seconds left here in the third. Kennedy by 10. And let's see what Griffin and the Tigers want to do here. Stolen away by Gray. There was no doubt in my mind.
No doubt.
Turnover number 10 on Inderkum.
And the ball tipped to Steele Kennedy. That was a very interesting one.
Three subs on the floor for Kennedy right now. Chris White looking on. 18 seconds left, 10-point lead for Kennedy. The Cougars have withstood a couple of pushes. Now we'll see if Inderkum can take advantage of that turnover.
They need to, Coach. Coach is looking on. Unacceptable.
18. Boom! Claxton just stuffed it up to his elbow. Inside shot missed.
That was a nice little step travel before that shot.
It sure was. We have played 3 and still an 8-point lead for Kennedy. We'll be back for fourth quarter action in a moment.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfies, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Okay, baseline drive. Claxton pounds it home. Derek Claxton to pull Inderkum within 8 here as we open fourth quarter action. Here's a tap away by Massey. Claxton salvages and draws a foul.
Claxton has been really crucial. He finished the second quarter really strong going into half, and then he came out big with 6 buckets, 6 points in that third. So he's been the offensive consistency for sure. Rutherford got going as well, so we'll see how some things go for the Tigers.
Third foul on Massey now. Rutherford, air ball short, follow-up blocked by Jackson, but put back by Cates. Tangen has the rock. Claxton's after him. The runner short. A miss. Tapped away and nearly saved by Tangen, but it'll be possession to Inderkum. Things getting rather frantic here.
Yes.
30 seconds into the fourth quarter.
And Coach Stevens was just saying something to Tangen. The thing about it is the press is going to force your offense to go faster and take some shots like he took. If he makes that, probably Coach is not saying anything, but on a miss in a tight game like this, he has to make that bucket so he doesn't have to have that conversation with his coach.
Rutherford, he and Griffin playing catch in the backcourt, looking like they want to settle for a jumper, but the baseline drive, tough luck on the miss by Claxton. Here comes Gray, split the D, down, Isaiah, full blast, Gray.
That was something the Tigers didn't need. Coach Wilson just shaking his head on that one. Got to make a solid pass, especially jump passes. Jump passes and one-hand passes. Number one frustrator for a coach.
Well, they pulled within 6, but then got scored upon and turned it over. Jackson to Massey, misses the bank.
Got to make that young fella.
He had the right idea, though. Here's a push-off, no call. Griffin in and out. Nice rebounding effort, blocked, but it's going to be a foul, maybe on Massey, as Cates again was there for the offensive board.
Cates is a rebounder. He can literally leap out of the gym. Only probably other person I've seen more hops than him is probably a kid from Davis last year. He has a phenomenal burst and a compass to find the ball. But on the other side, Jackson picks up his 4th. That's going to be tough. He's been so crucial. And we're going to break this down as it comes out, because I know if Inderkum makes this, they're going into the press right now. They don't have enough players up. They only have 2 people trying to beat a press where there's 3 or 4 players up that way. And you'll see it again right now. They have more players up. They brought the 4th in.
Dore back in, handling the rock.
But again, better execution from Kennedy, putting that person in the middle. Don't need to take a shot. Now you go into your execution.
Tengen, Here's a scrap, and the Cougars come up with it, but lose the rock. Turnover, Kennedy.
Why are you driving that way? Why? Stay away from the corners, young players. And Coach Stevens is telling them that. Why drive to the corner baseline? You got 2 defenders plus the person who's actually defending you.
Here's the cutter and a miss, but a foul on the Rutherford drive. Dore picks up the foul. His first. For playing as much defense as he does, that's remarkable.
Yes.
1 foul.
And that was a good hard foul. And I liked Rutherford going to the basket.
Jackson out to protect him with the 4 fouls.
And that'll be the difference in his scoring. A lot of players want to figure out, oh, I'm a shooter, or I only do one thing.
Leaping Randall Smith with the board.
Yeah.
Tengen to Gray. He's doubled. Bump and a foul, Griffin. That was an easy call.
A little bit too much contact on the reach.
Inderkum doing a great job in the foul department here at this stage of the game.
It's been a pretty clean game both ways. Not too many unnecessary fouls. Everybody being pretty disciplined.
Gray taking on Claxton. Open jump shot, short. Put back, Dore, another miss on the offensive board. He wanted a foul call but didn't get it. 3 misses. Ahead, transition miss. And a foul on Dore, climbing up on the back. So to the stripe, Presley, scoreless in the game thus far. Can he hit the front end? Yes.
It's good to see a free throw go in. I think that's the first one of the half for any team.
Atrocious. Only 1. Nice rebounding position. Dore got clobbered from behind, no call.
And again, here we go. 2 people trying to beat the press. You cannot do it. They're in a 2-guard front, and you have 2 guards in the front. They're even. There has to be a 3rd player in there to offset it, and they need to press in the middle. If you don't are confident with the person who's in the middle, put a guard in the middle. But right now, it's too many people fading away. That's too far of a pass, still. Too far of a pass. Why are you trying to pass cross court with a very athletic, long team?
What a joy it is to hear expert analysis. Out of bounds to Kennedy. They were fortunate to hold on to the rock on that play. 5:05, still early, 4th. Kennedy by half a dozen. Dore, defended by Rutherford. He dragged a foot and traveled from here to there.
Nice little slide to the left.
Well, it's good to see Fletcher Johnson moving around. This is his tournament, and it's a doozy. Kick out, baseline drive, floater, good. Claxton. He's a pretty cagey player himself.
He's impressed me a lot. I like his length, I like his size, and he's only a sophomore.
Tangen to Dore, a fumble and a turnover. Breakaway, Griffin layup. He was determined on that one, and the Tigers have pulled within 2 midway fourth.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Coach Stevens better be drawing up a better press break. The press break right now is what's being the detrimental, crucial part right here. But you see trying to push, and a nice competitive layup right there. I like the two going at it and then getting some yell in his face at the end on the timeout.
He sure did. Now, this game has been intense from the beginning. Inderkum has played catch-up from the very beginning after falling behind 6-0 on the 2 threes by Tangen.
Yes.
This is the closest they've been.
And Kennedy right now just kind of showing me a little bit more about their team. I'm impressed with them. I've been having them on the watch list. But they're going to have to show themselves right now and pull this victory off. Nobody's expecting them to beat Inderkum, or even they're not even ranked right now. So Kennedy can show something and get a quality win in this game, but they're not being effective in their press break. Inderkum has been successful. 18+ turnovers, 13.5. Like, there's no way you could be successful with that many turnovers in just a quarter. So it's crucial for the Cougars to grow up right now and make better decisions on their press break. It has to, because the Tigers are too athletic, they're too fast, they're too long, and it's making an impact in what's going on in the game right now.
Well, yeah, they're deployed with full court pressure. Gray trapped, but gets it to Jackson. Kick to the corner, Jay on the way. Jackson a tip, but a miss. Here come the Tigers, down 2. Full speed, lose the rock, turnover.
And that was a play they didn't need. I know Jackson thought it was tipped, but kind of out of control on there. And that's what 90% of the Tigers' offense has come out of transition and steals.
Jackson gets it ahead, 1-on-2. Oh my, Chris White just accounted for turnover number 23. Right now the Cougars, once up by 14, holding on to a flimsy 2-point lead. Tigers up the floor. Dore is going to get called for it, but Claxton probably equally guilty on that.
That was a nice matchup down low. I think he took advantage of his height and probably knowing a little bit more down there in the post. Got it going his way.
Okay, crucial free throwing here. Stumbles it home.
And it was just quiet as a church in here when he shot those free throws.
Both teams shooting poorly from the stripe tonight, but he drops 2 right when they need it most.
And since the second quarter, he's been all the offense they've needed, plus more.
Another turnover.
And I mean, Jackson may want to be one of the best on-ball defenders we've seen thus far. He came out with the offensive spark, but his defense has been the key all this whole second half.
Big possession. Rutherford travels, and they turn it over. Boy, oh boy.
When he drives, he is a bulldozer. He has to be a little bit more under control. But you see, again, they're in this press, and they need to have everybody up.
Tangen getting ready to be doubled. Up the side to Gray. He's doubled.
Get out the corner and just take your time and execute.
Dore, a miss.
Rush shot.
Claxton.
Whoa!
Reverse layup.
Talk to him, Coach.
Is going to be disallowed.
Talk to him, Coach Wilson. He's over there pleading.
Let's take a look at it. Here it is. Ooh, daddy.
That was a nail biter right there.
Heavy pressure on the perimeter. Jackson, a kick out. Corner Jay Gray, air ball short.
And I think that's Jackson's. He's out of the game.
It sure is. Boy, this thing has swung around.
And now that it looks like it, he was the X factor, helping them beat the press and staying composed and being under control. That's why Coach went to him. But you see Coach Fred Wilson on the side getting his crew so they can get some execution here in key moments. But these are going to be some big free throws, probably the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Cates at the stripe. He's twice split a pair and dropped the first one. Now 3 out of 5. And the Tigers have hit their last 3 at the foul line. 1 out of 2, but kept alive. Rutherford sees the daylight. Blocked. A miss. Look at Cates. It's a held ball with Doré and Cates.
Doré is a special player, man. He is so locked in. He made the defensive stop down there on Rutherford. Then he was smart enough to get in the jump and knew it was his possession. Know what's going on in the game, and he's showing all those type of intangibles right now.
He sure is. Every bit as cages we thought early on. Up the floor to Gray. Drive it. Bank it. Got it. Isaiah Gray.
Game is definitely living up to the hype. Players are going after it. Coaches are coaching intense. What other else could you ask for right now at this time but some great high school basketball?
4 fouls on Claxton now. Gray trying to clean up a three-point play. Cannot. Got a whistle. Lane violation.
And everybody is in disarray. If you're with the Tigers, Coach Wilson just shakes his head. Got to be disciplined right there and be in the zone.
He got it. Up 2 are the Cougars, 2.5 to go. Down the stretch, just like we thought it would be. Deep J on the way, down! 3-ball derby cashed in by Presley. Up 1, Inderkum. Gray, pull up J, not this time. Massey can't get to it, and a whistle and a foul.
Frustration foul right there from Gray. Can't happen. He has to stay composed, calm down. That was an unnecessary shot. Don't know the foul count right now, but get to the rim. You just got to the rim easily, get an easy bucket, get to the free throw line. There's no reason for you to shoot that shot and then to come down with the ill-advised 94-foot foul.
So Griffin to the stripe. It's his first trip up there all night, and he kills it.
And you talk about being ready to show yourself. This young man has stepped up tremendously, and he was ready to get that ball on that free throw line.
1 out of 2, Doré blasted, but no call. They were both looking at it, and that's unfortunate. Pretty obvious. (59-57), Inderkum by 2 with 2 minutes to go. That was a huge call right there in favor of Inderkum. And a travel out here at 25 feet, and Presley wants to know why. Time out, Kennedy. It's a full. (14 turnovers now in the game for Inderkum, and 23 for Kennedy.
Unacceptable.
The Cougars at the foul line, 4 out of 14 with 23 turnovers. And down 2.
And all these missed free throws. That's another big piece. You leaving money out there when you miss free throws. Again, just a little of my frustration right now with the Cougars is just missing easy opportunities and not taking care of the basketball.
For Kennedy, 11 defensive boards in the first half, but they're not getting those results here after the intermission. Minute 56 to go. Inderkum by 2. And Kennedy will have the rock. Doré to inbound near midcourt. Here we go. Into Tengen. Griffin's right on him. Tengen short. Rebound Inderkum. Nicely done by Cates. Minute and a half to go. Huge possession here for the Tigers.
It's big time in this.
Rutherford called for traveling out here near midcourt with nobody near him. Ooh, daddy.
And everybody that's a Tiger right now is puzzled on the travel calls. I'm going to have to pay attention to the feet now to see if we can get some accuracy on what's really happening on these travels.
Tengen a spin dribble to get out of pressure there. Gray back to Tengen. Still 20 on the shot clock, and here's an outright steal by Cates. Turnover Kennedy. Wow, that was a walk from here to there. Claxton a miss. Kennedy a rebound. Timeout called as Doré got decked.
I was like, the Cougars need to stay up. The Cougars, they're getting bumped too easily. They're falling out of bounds, but a lot of them are running away from the basketball instead of helping, and that's why he had to pick his dribble up.
There you see the Kennedy bench and head coach Nathan Stevens trying to pull his team back together. Same for Fred Wilson and the Tigers. However, Inderkum with the 2-point lead at present. This is coming right down to the wire, and you know, this might be one of those nights for overtime, Goody.
I like the call.
Might be one of those nights for a little extra session. So the Cougars back out onto the floor. They're down 2. They've committed 10 fouls, so Inderkum in the double bonus. And Kennedy not even in the bonus yet. So Tengen will inbound, shoves it into Doré. There's the double, back to Tengen. Down the sideline, wow! Catch and shoot and take the lead.
That was what they needed.
My.
First bucket of the night.
Time out, Inderkum, it's a full. And let's take a look at that.
Can you say be ready when your number is called?
No fear.
Legs got under him on that one, so he got that bank in. And he had a little something to say on that back one.
Chris White with the go-ahead bucket. And there you see a much happier Kennedy Huddle right there. And not so much to the side. It will be interesting to see what the Tigers come up with.
Well, right now, all the Tigers need is a point. They need a point. So it's up to coach right now to execute a play to get a layup. If they do not get a layup, then they're okay. But I don't want them to come out and feel like they have to shoot a 3 or have to rush anything. There's more than enough time on the clock to get a good executed play for 2 to take a 1-point lead. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves if you're a Tiger. But now if you're a Cougar, you got to get a defensive stop, and there's 31 seconds left on the clock. A key, crucial defensive stop right now, but also key, crucial execution on the other side.
Inbound and a foul on a push-off. Offense player control foul. Wow. This game has gone from strange to bizarre.
Ooh. And Coach Wilson, he's like, come on, man. 46 seconds left in the clock, offensive foul, and they called 2 travels prior to the 2 possessions. So
let's take another look. They called a push-off here. on the inbound. Rutherford shoves it in there, and Presley is going to get cleared out of there. It was wide open. Blind man could have seen that one.
Now this is crucial. Gray has 4 fouls.
Bang! Rutherford banks it home off the left side glass.
Rutherford to the basket. Rutherford to the basket. Unstoppable.
So Rutherford's bucket puts the Tigers back ahead. And he'll try to finish up a 3-point play and boost the lead to 2. Got it. 62-60, 35 seconds left, still time. Deep J, down! How about that? Halliburton hits his second 3 of the game, and he's a freshman.
Freshman and a sophomore combo who were not in the mix of things. Chris White, sophomore, hits a 3. Then we come down from the freshman. I'm ready, coach. Give me the basketball and see what I do with it. And they didn't guard him. He was wide open. Way to hit a shot when you're open. He had a little smile there in the huddle right now as the Cougars are up 1. They got to play defense, but that was a big-time shot for a freshman. I'm telling you, Will, all these underclassmen, the freshman and the sophomore class, we talked about it last year, the freshman class, they were sophomores now. They are so impressive and talented, and we're seeing a good display of them right now from both teams.
What a show they're putting on for this crowd here at the 44th annual Cordova Christmas Classic. Down to the wire. We're not finished yet. It could still extend. Lots of standouts in this game for Inderkum. Cates and Claxton have really impressed me.
Oh, they're a tandem. And then you got to think Rutherford's coming on late. Imagine if he was playing early. Coach Wilson has a crew green. I mean, they have some talent combinating over there. Their job is going to have to get out of this ball game if they can, 30 seconds. But, man, when they come out, they always play that January 4th game against Grant. They're going to come out and do some things in league. They're a really, really good team. And the tandems that we talked about, man, they've been really impressive.
Okay, here we go, up the floor. Griffin angles right to the corner. Rutherford, a miss, but he tracks it down in the paint. Turn and fire. Air ball short, follow up. Down! Wow. 10 seconds to go. Dore up the floor. Kick it to Tangen. He's trapped. Corner jumper, in and out. And that is game. Inderkum hangs on and wins it 64-63 on a follow-up in the paint. And Kennedy could not answer in their final attempt. Pandemonium engulfing Lancer Gym here in the front half of our doubleheader tonight. What a ball game. 64-63. Let's take a look at the winning bucket. I see Kennedy's last chance from the corner, just off.
Rattles the rim. What more can you ask for?
Okay, let's take a look at the winning basket. There's the miss in the paint. Claxton
right on time
drops it home, and he's been terrific all game long. Boy, what a thriller it was here at Lancer Gym in this quarterfinal round. Right down to the final seconds, and a real heart stopper. Inderkum emerging with a 64-63 win. Derek Claxton with a putback of a missed shot. We're going to take a little break and come back momentarily and wrap this up. Stay with us.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
My grandfather served in World War II. Spending time with him were the best memories of my life. I became a physician at VA because of my grandfather, so I can help others like him. I can't imagine working with better doctors or a more dedicated staff. I'm fulfilling my life's mission with the help of my team and thanks to these veterans. I'm proud to be a doctor at VA and proud to honor my grandfather every day. Search VA Careers to find out more.
Well, what a doozy we had here at Cordova High School in the first game of our doubleheader. And in a wild 1-point win for Inderkum over Kennedy, we have selected our players of the game. We'll post the graphic and let you know that Isaiah Gray had a stellar performance tonight for visiting Kennedy. 14 points on the evening, and Derek Claxton, besides the game-winning shot, 13 points, tremendous rebounding work.
Oh, he was explosive. He well deserving. 3 quarters of perfection. I can't ask for any more, and he rebounded extremely well.
So that's the way this one shakes out. 64-63 Inderkum over Kennedy. Stay with us. We'll be right back for our second telecast of this doubleheader. The McClatchy Lions taking on host Cordova when we come back.
This program from Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.